You're listening to the Joint Sermons on the Push Media Podcast Network.
I have excellent news. It's a great day. And it's not because Will Smith has a new album, but it's a great day. Ask me why.
Why?
Nike has released new sock colors.
Of course it has.
The one that caught my eye is the various shades of different blues, from bright vivid to dark gray. It's fantastic. They did not have my size, so I had to leave in frustration.
I mean,
but I didn't know they existed. I just happened to.
Are you going to pre-order them?
There's no pre-order. They're out. And I was just at the store and I'm like, oh, what is this? And I walked over like, oh. They didn't have my size or the cut, but I was like, ah.
Did you check Nike's website?
I did. However, I'm just going to go back to the store who gets them in actually this very afternoon. Who are you talking about? I will go in there and get myself
step your sock game up.
Yeah. They also had some other colors, which are not my cup of tea, but they did have some new tie-dyes. So who knows? And I'm not kidding.
Bay Area is really coming out, and they're going to have dancing dead bears on them next.
Dude. How cool would that be? Anyway, so Will Smith, Grandpa Will Smith has released a new album.
Okay.
What do you mean? What is that? Because of him or because of my talent?
Just whatever.
Will Smith is canceled.
Oh, you can't cancel, no, I can't.
He walking around like he all invincible or somebody.
Don't be messing with Will.
He the Fresh Prince.
Who the fuck Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids.
What?
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he is.
Yes, he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
What?
I mean, Will Smith used to be cool.
He's still the shit. He could fit your whole house in his pool.
I don't know. I mean, he rich, but he ain't rich.
Boy,
I don't even remember the last flick he did.
You don't remember Aladdin? What about Men in Black?
Yeah.
I know your badass squad bad boys. I know you remember that.
Plus the soundtrack.
I heard he down bad.
I heard he won the Oscar, but he had to give it back.
And you know they only made him do that shit because he's black.
He don't need it. He the first to win a Grammy for rap.
That's a fact.
He put all of Philly on his back.
Bottom line, y'all, Will Smith is whack.
I mean, he rich, funny, and sexy, too. You wish you had a Jada Pinkett next to you.
Him and Jada both crazy, girl.
Here's the thing is, I actually like that song. I like the beat, and I like the fun he's having with it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, I guess. I mean, Jeff does the production,
yes.
But I honestly just don't care all that much. Like, it's not terrible. It's just I'm not looking for it.
Here's the thing. This album does not suck. This album is not great. It's fine. No,
Yeah.
that's perfectly acceptable. Not every album in the world is some kind of classic. That's
No,
what some
and it
people
doesn't
need to
have to
stop
be.
that. And yeah, it doesn't have to be. But the thing I say is, it doesn't suck.
No,
And
not
he's
by a
he's
long
almost
shot.
60 years old, and I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, he's still doing it. He's almost 60 years and he's still doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody ever said he couldn't rap. It's just like you said. It's not terrible, but I mean, the replay value for me is probably pretty low. And it's also, I do find it funny that he's actually swearing on this record. You know what I mean? Because he spent his entire career not swearing.
But he raps good the whole album.
Yeah.
The whole album raps. There's not even no beats that just suck. I think I could do it without the skits because I'm a no skit guy. But
Well, yeah.
But I understand the skits where they fit in the narrative of the album, and I understand why this album exists. He's just basically explaining himself, which I don't think he should.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was kind of weird too. It's like, dude, who cares? Like, I mean,
But I get it.
yeah.
You know?
I guess if I had that much money, I just really wouldn't care. But obviously, it was something he wanted to get off his chest. So, more power to him. You know, I mean, it's not Playboy Cardi, so I'll take it.
Let me say, but shout out to Jazzy Jeff for that beat.
Yeah, dude, Jeff is, A Touch of Jazz has been that label for years and has put so many people on. And like, you can, call him corny or whatever for the shit he did on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But that dude stacked all that money and made a dope studio with a ton of dope, entertainers and musicians. And he will always have that respect. And he's still dope on the turntables. You know what I mean? Like,
you ever see his live streams?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've seen him a couple of times in person, and he's just one of those DJs that's just so consistent.
Look at me, I'm so special.
No, shut up.
So, going back to last week,
Let's
DJ
go.
Premier.
Let's go. Yo, now everybody welcome me back
Yup.
like I'm Carter. It's 90s ugly. I'm in the mirror like Shubba.
I love that bar.
Cheech and Chong say I'm done, dada. A bounty hunter for the sour. I'ma hit your hood. I'm in pocket high, get around. I'm on my toes like a midget in a
I need an entire Redman and DJ Premier album right now.
Immediately.
I'm trying to catch a felon. I'm looking for who's selling. Mary cooking my cerebellum. I pin and tell him my artist war, Machiavelli. By day 7, she
Wait. Blackout 3, produced entirely by Premier.
No, absolutely make it happen.
You can charge $200 for the album, physicals only, and I will buy it. I'll stand in line.
Yeah.
I will sleep at a haunted, empty Sam Goody. To get a
Or
lottery ticket.
National Record Mart.
To get a lottery ticket to stand in line to possibly be able to buy this album.
Yeah, absolutely.
everybody say da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, you know I roll that la-la-la-la. I'm like, yo, this nigga got it. Yo, I'm like, yeah, and then we smoke that la-la-la-la. Big city stat. Let's go. Hey, blunt brothers, you
But as much as I like that beat on that Will Smith song, then you play this, you're like, levels here. There's levels of rapping.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what I really like
But
about
I'm
this?
saying that Will Smith track wasn't whack at all.
No, not at all. This is just a perfect example of what a remix should be. Change the beat, change the chorus, added cuts. Like, it doesn't sound like, hey, they just threw a new beat behind it. Like, because I was listening to the beat and I'm like, how are they going to do the chorus? And then they just re-recorded it, which is fantastic.
Well, yeah,
like,
it doesn't work, move on.
Primo doesn't miss, man. Like, that's an example of what a remix should be.
An example of a cheat code.
Every day.
I mean, because to be quite honest, that the original version of this song is fine.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now that you hear the DJ Premier version of it, you're like, that original version should be removed from the album, and this one should be put on the album. That's how ridiculous it is.
Yeah. And it's again, just perfect example of like a dope sample chop, sick drums, and just Primo being Primo, man. Does not miss.
It's fantastic, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Right here. Oh, my God.
Yo.
How do you not
Yes.
get goosebumps?
Yo.
Like,
Yep.
that.
Yeah, no, he pieces out the cuts super well too. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
It goes crazy.
Someone's getting technical.
What? Because I said piecing out cuts.
Oh, I'm putting in work. You know what I'm talking about.
Shut up.
You know what I'm talking about. My goodness. So you said you were watching DJ Academics.
No. This popped up on my Twitter timeline.
Stop. You said you were watching DJ Academics, and then Kanye showed up as a Klan member or something?
No, it was something that popped up on my feed. And yes, Kanye, like, you know, academics being academics, like, goes to interview Kanye and he shows up and he's got
Who
like
still gives interviews to this guy?
Dude, who? Yeah, I mean, between academics and Kanye, I mean, they're both trash. But like, dude showed up and he's wearing like a bejeweled swastika, and then he goes and changes outfits and comes in a black leather Klan outfit. And academics is like, "Oh, you putting that shit on?" I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Who's actually like sitting there? And like, if somebody walked out in a Klan outfit, I'd be like, end of interview, we're done here.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain areas in which it's acceptable. Like, for instance, a Klan rally.
Like, how? And people are still defending Kanye.
Or a
like,
Nuremberg Klan rally.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's insane to me. And it's like, why are you, like, it's not like, oh,
Whoa,
you know.
I'm just noticing this video of academics is on Rumble. What does that tell you? His show's on Rumble?
Exactly. Well, I think he got booted off of everything else.
Well, yeah, that's another story. But he's on Rumble now. Huh.
Yeah.
You can do
I don't
whatever
know.
You want to Rumble. So I'm a free speech absolutionist, meaning they both have the right to say this crap.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean,
100%. And I don't think we should be able to stop them, or the government should stop them, I should say. That should not be allowed. They're not, unless they're, again, breaking the law, threatening people, that kind of stuff.
Right.
You want to do that? Say it. But it does, but on a business perspective, for Rumble to be like, and this is acceptable to us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Rumble cares at this point.
I am fully, like I said, free speech absolutionist. But if I had a video streaming site, I'm still like not posting your clan videos on my site because I don't want them because that's my free speech. Piss off.
Well,
So it's weird.
It's just crazy to me because people were like, oh, making excuses. And I'm like, no, dude, he's in a Klan outfit with a swastika on. Like, dead mom aside, dude, bipolar aside, he's just a Nazi. Like, we're done
And again,
here.
you would understand that because you used to celebrate Nathan Bedford Forrest's birthday.
Yeah, against my will. Thank you very much.
No, you against your will. You meant you woke up that morning, you had your own feast, got dressed, put on your boots, and then you went to school still. And you're like, no, I demand to be taught. And they're like, no, it's Colonel Nathan Bedford Forrest's
You didn't get the
today.
day. You didn't get the day off of school, genius. It was just recognized by the state.
So you recognize it.
No, I didn't. The state did.
You're the one who told me about it. So you did
Exactly.
Exactly.
I recognized it because
Your
I was
cholesterol
forced
levels
to.
must be through the roof.
My cholesterol levels, sir.
Everybody knows I'm joking. Calm down. Because
No.
first of all, you don't have enough food in communism to get high cholesterol levels.
There's plenty of beets, dude. A lot of fiber.
Is that why you like beets so much?
God no, I actually hate beets, man. Like that, they're purple and they taste like dirt.
I've never had one, and based off the fact I've seen one before, and I'm like, no,
You're not missing anything.
I know that.
Clearly.
But do they eat beets in communism? I'm not even kidding now. Do they have beets in Poland and Russia?
I'm not Polish or Russian, so I would assume so, but I don't know.
So how would you define your physical characteristics?
Why are you looking for a date?
No, I'm not going to get between you and your better days.
Listen, bring your socks and that mustache. Let's go.
I don't have a mustache for everyone wondering. I do not.
No, I don't know.
Absolutely not. So yeah, stop it. Knock it off. You were watching DJ Academics, and then you were pissed off that he had a Black Ku Klux Klan. So there's a video here. Let's play a little bit, see what the heck it is.
I never noticed that. There's a camera above the door.
Oh my God, this guy's
How you
annoying.
doing, brother?
And the Sean John shirt. Love it. God, what a moron.
Yeah, he's been
How's
all about
everything with you,
Puffy
brother?
lately.
To a place of refuge right quick.
The legend, man. How do you stay out here, dog?
I just be like in my office.
I thought we were gonna do it at the warehouse.
I know, right? But I just decided I was supposed to leave yesterday.
This is boring. I'm not playing this.
Yeah,
That's
don't,
boring.
man.
Why is there? Why it's like? Why is all the B-roll there?
Who knows?
Well, you shared
just,
it with me.
Yeah, because
so-
it was absolutely insane.
You know what's insane? The CIA.
Yeah, well,
I heard some of these people have FBI files and CIA files. And I guess some of the stuff can be accurate and some of it's not accurate, I'm sure. Because I'm sure the FBI doesn't lie.
never once.
But
Definitely not.
The Don Mega once had said to Bill Maher that the CIA pushed out gangster rap. I don't know the exact words he used, but he basically used Ice Cube and NWA as, to get that negative message out. Wouldn't that make them industry plants? And the reason I bring this up is because apparently some documents leaked that show Sexy Red is a CIA operative since 2018, and that they officially describe her mission as culturally critical.
Okay.
Like, what do you think? I have no idea if that's true.
I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, could they be using her? I'm sure they use a lot of people as
they could use
unwitting, plants
the
or whatever.
Kardashians are probably being used.
I'm
Hey,
sure
speaking of which, is Kanye being used?
I have no idea. That dude is on his whole other planet, and it's
Is
apparently
Kanye mentally ill, or is he just?
I mean, he might be
and a racist.
He might be, but he's just a off his shit racist, dude. I hate that when people are like,
if he's legitimately mentally ill, meaning unaware of his behavior and can't control it, because of a physical medical condition in his brain.
I mean,
is he responsible for that stuff then?
He is absolutely responsible, because if you have a medical condition like that and don't take care of it, that's your responsibility to do that.
But if you have that medical condition, is it possible that you can't take care of it?
Absolutely not. Like, there's medication. You know what I mean?
No, I know I'm
Like,
saying, but if he has it, he would need to maybe rely on someone else helping him take care of it. Like, can't do it himself, is what I'm saying. Is that possible?
I mean, he's a grown ass adult, dog. Like, at some point in time, you got to take
So
responsibility for your own actions.
So are seniors with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but Alzheimer's and bipolar are vastly different things.
First of all, no one brought up bipolar, and how dare you, sir?
Yeah,
So I know a guy who had a father with Alzheimer's, and the Alzheimer's is so awful. The way mostly, people just forget. But this guy's memories were so fading and so warped. Like, if he watched a movie, that became his immediate memory of something he did. You know what I mean? Like, he'd put himself as that was his experience that happened. His memory is so far. So if you showed him a movie that showed racism, until he saw the next movie, the dude was walking around being racist.
I mean, I guess. Alzheimer's affects your brain differently, though. Like,
I know. So I'm saying, so we all knew this guy was not like that because we all knew him.
Right.
But it was like, oh my God, someone show him something else. Like, put on, Facts of Life. Like, put something on. Like, erase it. But it was sad, and it was like that for like 6 months before he died.
Right. But this is, with Kanye, this has been like an ongoing thing.
That person was not responsible for that, and no one thought he was. Nor was anyone offended by it. How is that different from Kanye?
Kanye is
everyone says he's, sick.
No, that's you can be mentally ill and still be racist. Like, they're not. It's not mutually exclusive. Like, one doesn't cause the other. You know what I mean? It would be one thing if he came out and was like, said some really super foul shit and then walked it back and was like, yeah, I was in the middle of an episode. I apologize. No, he just doubles down on it. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, check out my BlacKkKlan robe. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's been examples of people that are totally manic and totally off the rails. And then they get help or they get medicated or whatever. And then they're like, you know what? That wasn't who I really am. But with him, he was just like, yeah, I have a swastika shirt. Check this out. You know what I mean? No, dude. Like, I hate that excuse when people are like, oh, they're mentally ill. That's why they're this way. It's like, when it comes to like racism and shit like that, dude, no, that's not an excuse. You don't get to play that card over and over and over and over again just because like you like the music that they make or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know, but I could tell you a year ago when I was coming out of my medically induced coma, apparently I had heard on the news while I was asleep on the TV that Prince William and Joe Biden were touring some hospital. And I could have sworn and convinced you and believed in my entirety that they were in my hospital. And I think I even whispered to my mom and my wife, like, Prince William and Joe Biden are here, but we're not supposed to say, be quiet about it. And I believed it. And then I convinced my wife and my mom, and they're like, what? I'm like, he was here yesterday. They came in and what? And then they asked the nurse, and the nurse was like, "Oh, I know what he's talking about. They were at some hospital somewhere." But that became my memory, even from just the medicine. I kind of get that Alzheimer's story, but I don't know. I wouldn't wear a BlacKkKlan robe, though. I'll tell you that. I probably would, fun colors at least. Let's be.
Shut up.
Hold on.
If it was
what
Nike
about
Dry
a
Fit,
Nike Dry Fit, a Nike Dry Fit Klan hood? It could be tie-dye.
Yeah. No.
Dude.
It's still hard. No, dude.
There's people in Spain, Catholics in Spain, that wear uniforms quite like that. It looks like what we call a Klan robe, but they've had that thing for centuries and centuries before the Klan even existed. And they use it per procession. Is that the same thing?
No. Does it look bad? Yeah, sure. But like, listen,
it don't look bad. It only looks that way to Americans who don't know anything past history.
But with that being said, like,
it's like the swastika.
Well, that is, that has been completely co-opted over the years, and you can make as many excuses about it as you want. But let's be real here. Like, when the dude comes out and is like, this is definitely a swastika and this is definitely a Klan outfit.
No, I'm not making excuses for him. I make excuses for Elon because I use Twitter. But I'm not making excuses for Kanye.
No, I mean, it's just in general, people make excuses, and I'm like, no, he's pretty much upfront about his views. I don't think there's any ambiguity here.
At least Elon denies it, I guess, right? Because I didn't do that. No, we seen you. No, I didn't do that. Nobody's seen you. Kanye's like, yep. I don't like Jews. And so you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's been pretty forceful about that one.
My best friend Jay-Z, his kids are retarded. That's why you don't see him. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I skimmed through some of that interview and he was just oof. Good.
That's
okay.
Foul. First of all, I have no idea if Jay-Z has kids that are retarded or not. And if they were, why would you do that?
Yeah. He's just a terrible person.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
You know what
They're one, they're little kids. Two, the guy was at least your friend at one point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude hangs out with Nick Fuentes, like the king of the groypers. Like, there's no ambiguity
I don't know what your
there
infatuation is about knowing who all the prominent American Nazis are.
Hey, because you got to know your enemy.
No, you don't. You just have to be able to identify who's your enemy once that opportunity arises. You don't have to know. Any excuse you have to be watching Nazi propaganda.
No, because I want to know how they move.
No, I'm communist. I hate Nazis. Don't you know? That's why we won the Great War.
I mean, oh no, I hate Nazis. What a terrible stance.
It is terrible. Southern Poverty Law Center even says no, you can't hate Nazis.
Wow, they're wrong.
I know, but they didn't say that. But I don't care what the Southern Poverty Law Center says, to be quite honest. I don't care what any private group says that I should believe. I don't care if they happen to be right. Don't care. You're a private group. I don't care. Don't tell me what to believe. But no, Kanye's nuts.
Yep.
Right? He's nuts. But he also he exhibits a lot of behavior that is not nuts. Like when academics is like, man, I didn't know we were out here. I thought we were going to be at your warehouse. Now I'd be over here in my office. And I'm like, you're talking normal right now. So I don't think you're nuts.
No.
So you're either bad cosplay or you're a bigot.
And he said in that interview that he has more than one Klan outfit.
Well, dude, what are you going to wear the same thing every day? Grow up, dude.
He's like, look, check it out. I got a whole closet.
Ugh.
Yep.
But again, is he being Lady Gaga? By the way, her new album is the shit. I've never heard a Lady Gaga album in its entirety before. I think it's my new personality if I enjoy fitness, but the beats are gym beats. And that's a lot of albums are coming that way to me. Where I'm like, gym album.
You are the gym beat guy lately. That is for sure.
I'm telling you, it's strange. Whatever. I don't know. He's nuts. He's bigot. He's both. I think he's a jerk.
Yeah.
He's been a jerk.
Argument here.
Even didn't Obama call him a jerk or called him something else? He's a jerk. He's a jerk.
Well, yeah. I mean,
can you imagine though at the time what Beyonce must have felt like when because if you ever remember that video when he runs up on stage and starts talking about her and cutting off Taylor Swift and Beyonce's like, oh my God. Her face was like, what are you doing? Like, she didn't ask you to do that. You know, and she even said she disagreed. You know, she lost because that was the better, whatever it was, the video at that time. He's just a jerk.
He's never been one to shy away from his ego. Jesus.
His ego is Jesus? I think it is, truthfully.
No,
remember when he said he was Christian? That was so funny, that time.
God.
So do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? No. Yeah.
Send your resumes to hello@pushmediaonline.com and any tapes you may have of you hosting radio or podcasts.
Oh, you're not getting rid of me.
That was gay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Move on because your topics that you submitted are boring. He also submitted this, Dr. Mike, who, by the way, is fantastic at handling things like this. But let's just play whatever it is. I'm hearing this for the first time because I don't know.
Doesn't the vaccine save lives?
Correct. It lowers the death rate. It doesn't prevent it 100%.
Okay. So why are people dying?
Because it's not 100%.
Doesn't the vaccine...
I mean, come on, dude.
No, listen, I haven't watched that whole thing either, but there's you could just see where he's like, oh, God.
Like if he had a gun, there'd be a mass shooting.
Oh, dude, the fact that he has the patience of a saint, because, I mean, he has this look in his eye like he wants to beat them all to death with a hammer. It's absolutely nuts. At one point, he's like, this lady's like, I absolutely will not change. And he's like, then why are we having this conversation? And she's like, well, I like to do my own research. And you can just see his eyes glaze over.
Did you see what I posted? I'm at the gym, and this guy and this other guy are talking about exercising, and one guy goes, "Well, my cardiologist says I should, be doing this or whatever." And the gym bro guy goes, "Your cardiologist is an idiot." I was reading. He goes, "Your cardiologist is an idiot. I was reading online. ...
Oh Lord!
And I'm sitting over there like, no, that's not how that works. I don't know who this person's cardiologist is. That cardiologist may be an idiot. Probably not.
Yeah, I would guess not.
Those guys go to school for like 12 freaking years.
Forever. I just hate whenever people are like, "Oh, I did my own research." Oh, word? Where's your lab? Where's your data sets? Show me your control. Like,
I
shut
can
up.
tell you, my surgeon went to school for 12 years and then 8 years of having to be babysat by another doctor before he could do anything on his own. That's 20 freaking years. So I'm gonna just default to that.
Yeah.
Probably knows better than what you read online.
Yeah, it's
what?
Yeah, like whenever you posted that, I was like, well, turns out gym bros are all roided and juiced up no more than a doctor that spent like 20 years. And I mean, but that's the kind of the culture we live in now. Like you could have somebody that has studied it extensively and somebody would be like, well, actually, I was listening to Joe Rogan and this ayahuasca preacher came on and he made some really good points. And you're like, what are you talking about, dude? I hate that shit. I hate it.
Joe Rogan had a guest on last week or the week before. They were talking about vaccines and polio. And the guy was like, polio wasn't that bad. We shouldn't even have a polio vaccine.
Jesus God.
Right?
Like, look, my parents remember the polio vaccine.
Everyone remembers it.
You know what I mean? Like
people
were lining up for that. Like I saw a graph for it because it was related to that. And it was like, when the polio vaccine came out, like polio deaths went from like thousands to like 2. And it's like
to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. To like completely annihilated it. And Jonas Salk was just like, here's the polio vaccine for free. Take it. Everybody should have it.
Now I don't know if this is true. I know it was free because he gave it away, but I heard that he patented it. So he actually owned it. That way no one could ever profit off of it.
Yeah, no, that is true. He did that. He was like, this is too important of a discovery to let somebody make money off it. That
should be handled.
Absolutely. Every single time. Like if it's going to save a human life, you should not profit.
Not even
off
human life. If it's not like I created something that might save one person out of every 5 million. Right. No, he's like oh my gosh, this saves humanity.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like that's something I always believe in. Like if you're profiting off of something that could, save your life, you're a monster. Like stop.
Even if you're like, I think I just cured the common cold,
which
isn't killing anyone, give it away. Oh, are you kidding me? What about baldness?
Baldness?
If you cured baldness, that don't kill anybody.
I would give it away for free except for Elon Musk. I would charge him.
What if you cured erectile dysfunction?
Well.
And now a word from our sponsor, Blue Chew.
You beat me to the punch. God, I hate, oh man. If that ever shows up on our show, they better be giving us a ton of money.
I wouldn't take it.
RFK Jr. is a public health threat.
So why do you think he is a threat?
I think that RFK's stances of why he's a public health threat go past the anti-vaccine stances. He's made public statements that HIV doesn't cause AIDS, that poppers, which is a party drug or a recreational drug that people use, is really the reason why AIDS exists. That is not someone who clearly understands science, and I don't want them in charge of a health agency.
Okay, assuming he does become head of the...
I don't want the guy in charge of picking out my shoelaces.
Yeah.
That's a stupid person.
Oh, it is. I mean, this is the guy that was like, yeah, I was terrible when I was in law school, so I just started doing heroin.
Didn't this guy also hit a bear out in Long Island and drove it to...
And then chopped its head off? Yeah, dude. Like
Central Park and chopped its head off in his car? Like
what are we doing here?
That's someone who's like, if you found out your neighbor did it, you're like, that dude is nuts. I don't want anyone talk. No one in this house is allowed to talk to that neighbor.
No, God, no. And they're like, you know what? Give this to God the discretion for all the health agencies in the U.S. Oh God, we are so cooked.
And then he's promoting beef tallow. That's unhealthy. The cholesterol and fat in it is unhealthy for hearts. Yeah. It's extremely unhealthy.
Yeah, it had a good run. It had a good run when they made
nothing else.
McDonald's French fries were fried in it, and then they're like, "Oh, your heart's going to explode if you keep eating this."
I mean, there was a time though, like my grandmother, who she died of a heart attack in the 80s. But she was told growing up, you're supposed to have this cigarette to cure your lungs.
Yeah.
Eat steak and eggs constantly. Like that's what they were told was healthy by the government, by the way. So they followed rules, and then everybody's like, wait, hold on, all that stuff. We said no. That's why you shouldn't listen to them now. Even like the food pyramid, they found out like recently, like, oh, this is actually not healthy. No, duh. It's all freaking cereal.
Yeah.
Why? Like, how is cereal ever, better than, vegetables?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with beef, but let's be honest. Chicken breast is healthier than beef.
Yeah. Without a doubt, you know what I mean? Like,
be honest,
I eat red meat, but it sparingly, you know what I mean? Like my diet is kind of boring.
Even before the heart attack, my red meat would come in the form of a burger, and literally that's it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even really do ground beef anymore. If anything,
Ground
it's
turkey.
like a lean steak. Yeah, or ground turkey. Like ground turkey goes tough.
And when you start, anyway, we're just being told all this stuff is unhealthy, and now everybody's going to run out to, I think it's Shake Shack, and now you're just buying unhealthy burgers and dipping them in animal fat. It's pure animal fat.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Next, we're gonna get like lard is coming back.
Yeah, well, lard never left. Lizzo,
wow.
Hello.
Oh, come on.
Was that a layup?
Yeah, that was kind of weak, but I'll allow it.
So CBS News apparently said 1 in 20 Americans have been witness to a mass shooting. Do you think that's true? Just off rip?
I mean, not. What's the definition of a mass shooting? You know what I mean?
That's my thing. So here's what I think. No one is afraid of a mass shooting, I believe. If you stop and think, no one's afraid of that. I think what people are afraid of is a random shooting. Because they went and a mass shooting to me is like, dude walks in the mall, and 40 people are dead. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? Not when two gangs have a fight and 4 people die. They're like, mass shooting. No, gang fight.
Yeah, that was a shootout,
Yeah, that's not a mass shooting. So if you're just going to say anything 2 or more, stop it. Stop it.
It doesn't diminish the fact that, like, that sucks that many people have been around shootings, but, like, let's be at least honest about how we're framing that. You know what I mean? Like, I have unfortunately been around a lot of shootings just because my neighborhood's kind of shitty. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like I'm not worried about, like, someone walking into a building and shooting it up. I'm more worried about catching a stray. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
That to me is, more concerning than, like, somebody disgruntled walking into my job and shooting it up.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to Kanye for a minute.
No, God.
Germany has put foreign deployment for the first time since World War II. And did you hear the European Union and the UK have told their citizens that they should now start stockpiling food and goods for war?
Oh, sick. That's pretty dope, dude. I love where we're going. Vaccines are bad. World War III. Let's go.
And how did we end up on the side of Russia? I understand that you're more inclined to be on the side of Russia than
no, I'm actually not.
Rational thinking people, but they have food there. But how did this happen? This is imagine having voted for Trump twice or 3 times and sticking by it, even right now.
I mean, you know what though? They don't care. They literally do not care about that at all, and it is just extremely disheartening. And did you see that he came out and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to run for a 3rd term,"
he says he's very serious.
And I'm not joking. It's like, I mean, dude's shredding the Constitution, and the response from MAG has been like, "So." It's like, are you serious right now? Like, you can literally look at that and be like, "This is fine." Like, don't tell me you're a constitutionalist.
The same people that are applauding Bobby Kennedy being health secretary, and then they're laying off people at health agencies that are specifically track diseases.
Yep, and like pretty much everybody at the FDA that was there for years quit. Like they're like, we're out of here. You're not dragging us down.
That bothers me. Like these Americans that love America so much that I'm leaving this country if he's elected. Why? It's not worth fighting for? You love it so much?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. When I say they were quitting, I don't know what the circumstances were about that, but it's like if you're at a job and it becomes that toxic, like what are you going to accomplish by staying there? But at the same time, I do get your point.
I guess. Anyway, let's go to AI. So
Another wonderful dystopian hell, for sure.
Why? He's a fine basketball player. What did you think I was talking about?
The answer.
Oh, yeah. No, but this AI, ChatGPT had an update where they were able to reproduce images in remarkable accuracy and detail, and they looked fantastic. They could produce ads and print ads and everything on the spot. Like, it was amazing. But then the anime studio, Studio Ghibli, am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
So that guy came out, the owner came out and was like, no, that's my work. You can't do that. And ChatGPT was like, oh, sorry, my bad. And so apparently you can't generate those images anymore. And a lot of people are complaining now, saying, because they're getting notices online from his lawyers saying, take it down, which is fair. It's his copyright. I mean, it's his work. It's his art.
Yeah. I mean, he's controlling his product. You know what I mean? Like, and that guy's been famously like anti-AI for a long time and
he draws with a pen.
Right. And he has strong convictions about his art. So I don't blame him at all. And by the way, AI is like, many artists have come out and just been like, just learn to draw. Just do it, please. Like,
yeah. Well, here's the thing. The dude in charge of ChatGPT said at the end of last week, that in just a few months, they're going to have an update where ChatGPT is going to start reasoning with you.
Nope, absolutely not. I do not want sentient AI.
That's a first step.
Yeah.
To being conscious. We're going too far too fast. It's all cute in games when we're, generating an emoji or, like this picture we're looking at of John Lennon in his 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. That's maybe what he would have looked like, I guess.
I don't know.
We don't know. Looks like him. Looks real. The George Harrison looks real to me. Looks like that's how he would have looked.
He looks like George Lopez.
First of all, George Lopez. What is going on with George Lopez lately?
I don't know. I saw a picture of him and I was like, whoa. All right.
But he's gotten more gangster. The more gray
older
hair
he gets,
the longer his hair gets. He's like, I don't care. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Deport me? Hey, did I ever tell you my grandmother and my infant father were deported? They were coming out of the grocery store and put on a freight train and sent to Mexico. She was a U.S. Marine born and raised in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what's going on right now at El Salvador. Jesus.
Born and raised in Chicago, put on a freight train. By the way, he was born in Mexico because the police picked her up and dropped her off on the other side of the border in Mexicali, Mexico. And then she happened to go into labor because she was all stressed. And with that, I say, America.